WPPM-LP 106.5 FM, motivational conversations that valuable like a gem. Anyone involved with Philly Cam is considered my fam. Just tune into the cable television network to see who I am. Better yet, I tell you, James Hatcher, Comcast Infinity Channel 66 and 966 exclusively. And if you don't got that, you can tune in with Verizon. Files 29 and 39, you compromising. Roku, Apple TV, even on demand. The name of the radio special is Food for Thought, and I'm the real host of it. Special guest joining me, your true covenant being with us, Philly Cam. Your time is well spent. To all attendees participating and tuning in to this televised FM radio special titled Food for Thought, I extend welcome. As respectful regards to Philly Cam is a collective of motivated individuals who come together to collectively produce content of shared interest and expand those contents to those within the communities abroad that has a unifiable purpose through various forms of media. So in this episode of the televised FM radio special titled Food for Thought, the theme of the conversational topic is the balance of ensuring impactful message in the form of artistic expression. As the awareness of one's significance to be part and parcel of purpose within the existence of a collective, the desire to express it openly becomes undeniable. If one that has something to be presented deem it to be a memorable importance to others, a message, whether literary, materially, and musically expressive, has to be perceived as celebratory in order to be appreciated. And that is the food for thought of this episode. Now we will take a short music intermission, then return to this presentation with the featured special guest.
Hi, this is Lia Menaker, and thank you so much for listening to WPPM 106.5 FM. This song is called The Little House. I looked for sun, but all I found was rain. I think I wanted anything that didn't feel the same, and I chased a million dreams, and some I even caught, but all that I could think about was what I hadn't got. A little house where we can grow old, the pulse that beats in the hands I hold. You and a girl sleeping next to me. What if it's all I need? I know I tend to see things from a darker view. I wish that I could live my life as easy as you do. And if I could take a moment, slow my body down, there's really very little that I need to stick around. Maybe you and a little house where we can grow old, the pulse that beats in the hands I hold. You and a girl sleeping next to me. What if it's all I needed? Always in my head, I know, but I don't need much more than just a bed to rest this set of bones next to some souls that breathe life. As time ticks on and days move like they do, I'm feeling I should just surrender all I thought I knew. And I'm taking stock of all the things that I've outgrown. It ain't no shock, there's not a lot keep me whole. Just a little house where we can grow, the pulse that beats in the hands I hold. You and a girl sleeping next to me. What if it's all I need? A little house where we can grow, the pulse that beats in the hands I hold. You and a girl sleeping next to me. What if it's all I need? Da 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 da. Yeah.
All right, and so now we're back on the radio special Food for Thought, WPPM-LP 106.5 FM, and that was the song "A Little House," not on the prairie, but a little house. A little house. Okay, so joining me for this presentation is a musical poet who composes distinctive sounds that could carry only her signature. Anyone that listens to her songs more than likely can recognize her passion and dedication to her craft. So, without any more anticipation, I extend this invitation for this special guest to introduce herself.
Well, thank you. I'm honored of what you said.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I'm Lia Menaker. Should I say, like, about me or just my name? Yeah.
Well, I have several inquiries and
Great.
questions
Let's go.
of interest that we can I can pitch to you, and you can hit it out
Love
the park
it.
if you want.
Let's do
All
it.
right?
Let's hit it.
All right. So, as a performing recording artist, what is the genre which best defines the style of music that you produce?
The old genre question.
Uh huh.
I am constantly editing what I call it, but as of now, I
Okay.
call it alt pop slash electronic R&B.
And see, this is the reason why I ask everybody that comes up here
But-
what genre of music, because all the guests always have something distinctive. And
What I actually prefer to, like, if someone's like, what's your music like? I prefer to say soulful pop with a vintage warmth. I
Oh,
think
okay.
it describes it a little better. But genre, that's what I would say.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So, when it comes to you making music, do you ever perceive that your name has a special significance and brings an attribute into the embodiment of the content within your music? Hold on. In other words, do the meaning of your name has in some way ties with your musical content, and if so, why? And the only reason why I ask that is because as a performing music artist, like back in the day, when I used to come out and present myself to the public, I would always use some type of object. I would always compare to some type of, some type of object. You know what I'm saying? That was not an embodiment of my personality. But being that, through time of me just writing music and reflecting off of the lyrical content and seeing that, my music is a mirror, I started saying, well, let me just be me. So I started going by my name, and a lot of artists, they'll either put an object or they'll put a name. Now, with you present yourself with your name, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So when you're writing as an artist, as somebody that takes your music as a reflection of yourself, I'm not going to say whether you see it as a reflection of your spirit or
So-
whatever like that. But I know as an individual with purpose, if we're on the same page, you would see your name as something significant. It wasn't just like a random name. Like your name has purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like with me, I can't see myself with another name. Like I'd be like, yeah, I look in myself and I'm like, I can't see myself as a Tom or as a John or whatever like that because my name fits my character. So in that manner, when I ask you, do you consider the meaning of your name has in some way a tie with your musical content? If so, how would you see your name? What is the meaning of your name? Do you know the meaning of your name?
Yeah, so that's a lot in one. So
Okay.
so the meaning of my name is Lia, and the spelling Lia comes from my great grandma, my mom's side, whose first name was Celia, and so they
Okay.
took it from the end of her name.
Another very rare name.
Yeah, spelled that way.
Hmm.
And I couldn't picture it spelled any other way.
And I never seen nobody with the name Leah spelled the way you have that
I've met a
name.
couple, but not usually it's Leah.
Hmm. Yeah,
Actually,
exactly.
I just met a new client, like a teen songwriter with Leia, but which I thought was
Okay.
cool. Anyway,
Okay.
not to get off topic, but my last name, I mean, I sort of have two last names because Martin is my legal last name from my husband.
Okay.
So in a sense, I don't. So I have an interesting
So what
answer
is
to
your
your
native
question.
last name?
Menaker, which is
Okay,
what I
so
use for music. But
okay.
I think I have like a nuanced answer to your question because so for a while, so I went by Lia Menaker to start. And then I felt like maybe similar to what you said with the object idea, that I wanted this inspiration to kind of like naturally pull me into creating like in a different way. So I almost felt like let me pull me out of all of the stories and past things that I connect myself to my name and like give myself a new name just to see if it frees me up to create something new. So I did that, and for a while I was Kairos. I mean for like a year.
Kairos.
Kairos. And
Okay, so what is Kairos? Isn't that
so
like a place or
Kairos
location?
and Chronos are like it's the like the Greek,
Personification.
it's supposed to be like time.
Oh,
Yeah, and honestly, there was a lot that went into it that I've, to be completely honest, forgotten because I don't use that name anymore. But it was
right.
really, I kind of wish I had looked that up so I could remember and bring it because it
Chronos.
had, I did a
Yeah.
lot of research and I loved
Right.
what it meant. But so I went by Kairos, and then I tried so hard to keep that. I loved, like my EP under Kairos. Well, originally to be under Kairos, that I eventually changed to my current Lia Menaker, was very experimental. And that's where I kind of got into a lot of the looping, and it's sort of where my sound changed. And I wanted to keep Kairos, but people couldn't find me. And I tried to do what is it called? I can't remember is it like the Scandinavian, like O with the slash?
Uh-huh.
I tried all these ways to make it like just visible.
Right.
And and then before I released the album, right before,
Uh-huh.
a couple of people were like, I would just do your name. People are
Yeah.
like, first of all, like I wouldn't, no one has your name. And
Right.
in the spiritual aspect of like, this is you, like, why
Right.
change it?
Right.
So it kind of messed up my release because it was like a month away and everyone was I told everyone it'd be under Kairos and whatever. But so that was my experience with name
Now,
as an artist.
do you think that name Kairos would match your personality more so than just your name when it comes to the expression that you
So-
do in the music?
That's my second part of the answer to your question is since that time, that was right around I was about to release it like the week the pandemic became a thing. So that was also interesting. But since, that's, wow, 5 years ago, I feel like I've put way less stock in the name. There probably is like, it's cool to think of a sense of spirituality and stuff coming from my name, but I'm kind of like, this is just me, and that's my name. And I mean, my name is also Lia Martin. I've literally just kept Lia
Right.
Menaker because it's like years of that history. It's so
Plus, it sticks easier.
it sticks easier, maybe. So I don't put as much stock in the name, but there was
Okay.
a period where, yeah, I did.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, as a composer, how do you perceive that each of your songs are a complement to the interaction with others, your environment, as well as your daily activities?
This is such a cool question because there's the physical, literal environment of having my piano, but especially my looper in front of me.
Uh-huh.
Just because the looper I'll take for as an example, like there's the physicality of like touching the buttons and hearing my voice back at me and looped and like playing with just sounds that inspire me, whatever, that physical aspect. There's the emotional, relational aspect between people. I can think of like the latest song I wrote is about my daughter's curly hair and how she drives me nuts. But when I look at this curly hair, I just like fall back in love with her again.
Okay.
And that's just totally like I look at her hair and I literally sing the song "Girls, Girls, Girls," and she sings it too. And so that's like in my day to day.
Okay.
And then in my body, God, I feel music in my body. I don't even know how. It's just like it's spiritual. It's like a it's I can't even explain how it's coming into my body, but just the feelings and emotions I'm experiencing, experiences throughout the day, I think just make their way into how the music is expressed. And that's the cool part. That's
kind of enhances your awareness of your existence. Like, wow, there's just one of me
it
or
makes,
something.
Makes it feel so good to be alive, even if it's like pain or joy, whatever it is.
Nah, not pain. I don't like pain.
Well, but thank God I'm like alive to feel it. It's like it's a part and to express it, and to like the music part is where I get to express it and let it out.
Right.
And what I was gonna say is it's a way to like process, I think, the day to day. And God, we're in such a crazy world right now.
Right. Right.
So yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
So, have you received any specific kind of influence from a generation of music artists from a previous generation of music in the same, similar, or different genre that is different than a musician in your generation? If so, what is the impression that these specific musicians from a previous generation made to you that is different from the generation of musicians in your era of in the music world?
So I'm inspired by everything and everyone around me, which is fun. I'm inspired by like the sound of a like a rusty swing, whatever. Like just because I produce too, like everything inspires me, which
It's
I love.
music.
And I'm inspired by older generations, but
But not as much
I don't
as
think
now.
I think it's not as much as now. I just think it's like in the same ways. Like I'm inspired by like Nina Simone, and like old jazz was kind of what I was originally inspired by, I would say. And gosh, like yeah, the warmth and honesty and authenticity and uniqueness of her voice and her songs are amazing. But I can also find that warmth and authenticity and excitement in like the tune yards and like what they're doing. And so like I feel like there's no everything from any, or like, you know, like somebody from the 1900s playing with sticks. Like I could find all of it.
Do you think it's like a different way of maybe not the expression but the message within the music from a previous generation to the generation now, and the technology that we use in order to make the music has something to do with the messages that we put out?
I don't think the messages themselves, but how we put out the messages. And just, I think the reason I think I'm more inspired by recent or newer music is just because it's easier to access now. And there's so many people putting stuff out that there's more of it.
Right.
But I think the way we put the message out, like more people are able to set up a home recording studio, or there's more genres than we've ever had. And I think like the reflection of our times of like being able to like use wacky sounds and electronic sounds, and that's a little different, but I'm no more or less inspired by it. I just think it's like every so often I get inspired by the new stuff, and then I also go back to like a little house and I'm like, I just want to be in front of a piano. And so it's like all of the above. They're all so beautiful and welcome, and it's like depends on my mood.
And they're easy, and you said they're easy accessible. So
yes.
Okay, so do you think by it being easy accessible for a mass majority of individuals to be able to so-called make music, do you think that it kind of brings out the authenticity, or it kind of makes a kind of like a comparison of like what type of music's authentic, what musician is authentic, and which one is just trying to, you know, ride the wave and just copy off of what other people do? Like,
that's a hard question because, again, there's more of it.
Yeah, because it's more and it's easy accessible.
So there are going to be more things where I'm like, this person, I don't hear their heart in it. Yeah. But I also think I'm the kind of person that like, I don't I don't like to kind of downgrade songs that are
Right.
like because maybe someone just needs to like shake their butt and they're like, this is such a fun song, and like that's valid, you know what I mean? So like,
Okay.
so I kind of feel like
You just turn it off if you don't
if I
like
don't
to
like,
hear
I
it.
mean, I'm used to hearing like baby shark, so
Uh,
like I can tune things out pretty
yeah,
easily.
okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, speaking of tunes, we can get into one of your tunes.
Great,
All
let's
right.
do
So,
it.
what song would you like to get into?
Let's get into These Dog Days.
All right. So, we're going to get into These Dog Days with yours truly, Lia Menaker, on WPPM 106.5 FM. Food for Thought radio special. I'm the host that goes by the name of James Hatcher, and we will return.
I'm Lia Menaker, and this is These Dog Days. The sun came out and melted on my popsicle today. My bike is made of lemon wheels, and so it just keeps slipping on banana peels. And I'm on the search to make it all fit right, like the yellow polka dot bikini that you wore for the first time she sipped a martini. If anyone could change that string of luck, I know it's you. I guess I'm asking, would it be cool if we could meet this afternoon by the pool? And I think you're the one to spin this whole thing around. Stop this tower of waves pushing my sandcastles down. Let me borrow your sunglasses to shield me from the rays, 'cause these dark days are slowly turning me mad. Oh, these dark
All right, so we just boomerang back from that song, "These Dog Days" on WPPM 106.5 FM, with special guest Lia Menaker. All right, Leah. All right, so what is one type of environment that you choose as a suitable environment to stimulate your thinking to create the ideas and the contents of your song? And why would it be important that a setting up of a specific environment, influence your appreciation for it?
I'm going to give another annoying answer to this. I guess if I had to choose one environment, like my studio where everything's set up so I can explore in a way that feels ideal to me, it would be the environment. But I try to push out of that as much as I can.
Okay.
So I like to, especially this year, I'm trying to collaborate with as many people as possible. And I mean, I'll meet them wherever. As long as I can touch, ideally I can touch an instrument, which would be piano or a looper or something. But I mean, I could even just use my voice if I had to.
Right.
But I think ideally having like an
okay.
instrument in front of
All
me.
right. So when you're not collaborating, what would be a specific kind of environment that you would like to write in? And
that I'd like to write in.
yeah, quiet by a subway or
I like.
park or what?
I was gonna say quiet, but then
Dim room, lighting like this.
depending on the on the noise, that might be like an inspiration.
I used to like to sit in dark rooms with like lit candles.
I mean,
just,
that's nice, but I don't, again, like I don't think I had like the environment. I think no kids around. That's what I'll give you.
Okay.
The kids.
Okay.
The kids zap my attention. As long as there's no kids around and I can just like put my attention to actually doing something.
Well, how do you deal with having kids and trying to get into that zone of writing? Because music is an importance to you, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the way that you feel like you have to not only express yourself, but you feel that maybe I'm not telling you like I'm a psychic or something like that, but anybody that's serious with their music would look at it as something beyond just a way to express it or just to get attention. It has to be like a means of, I guess, like a way of living, like, just to advance in the way of living or something.
So you're wondering how I do that with a kid?
Yeah.
It's not easy, and I'm very lucky because I have support all around me, like two sets of parents nearby. My husband's got like a nice steady job, so and he has like it's normal hours ish, so he can take over if I have a show at night, and so that helps a lot.
Okay.
But we have daycare, so that's how I'm here today.
All right. All right. So what about like songwriting, like at home? How do you deal with the kid at home?
I'll do it during the day, usually when she's not home or when she's asleep.
Okay.
If I'm not too tired.
Okay. Do you ever have an urge when she's there to write? And how do you deal with it there? Would you sit her on your lap and just have her write?
She wouldn't let
watch
me.
You write?
She's a strong-willed kid. She'd be like, "No, mommy, my turn. Stop singing."
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She wouldn't want to join in. She'd be like, "Love you, Ada." No, I usually do like a voice memo, like just like so I don't forget the idea. And then I go back to it later.
I was thinking that would be a good idea while she sleeps, just to prevent her from waking up, just record your voice and set it right by her.
What I found is
like that
my voice keeps her up. Isn't that interesting?
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if she just
well, that's not surprising. That's not surprising at all. All right. So this is maybe like a scenario question. If a songwriter that doesn't create his or her own sound or instrumental decides to use an idea from a random producer to make the melody for them, what could be a benefit and what would be a setback if they don't create their own? Do you create your own music?
I do create my own. I do collaborate sometimes, which is more like like you come up with this. And
Mhm.
so I think maybe that's a little different from what you're asking, though. It's not
Uh-huh.
me like saying provide me with a
Okay.
but to that point, it's kind of the same thing in a way. If someone is like, I want to buy a beat or something, how
Okay,
is
and
that
that's
different from me saying, let's collaborate? You make the beat and all, it's kind of the same thing.
okay. So what would be a
So,
benefit and what would be
so
a setback? Because just like I was
yeah,
thinking earlier about like the copyright free
yeah,
instrumental.
yeah,
How like some people they go online to get their music production and everything, and they don't make their own music.
right.
So what would be a benefit and what would be a setback of using maybe like a
Yeah,
copyright free instrumental that
yeah. I
you know what I'm
think,
saying?
yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I think a benefit would be, maybe this is obvious, but like more people can feel like they can make music, which is
Mhm.
a good thing. I mean, more music, more expression, more confidence in like
And
I can do
compromising with
this.
somebody else's idea or
Yeah, I mean, that's great. I think a setback is like I think more people think they can't do things than they can, and that
hmm
does reinforce like, hey, like you don't need to grab that. Like you can literally use your voice. And I mean, I work with people all the time that have never written a song ever, and then in like 6 45-minute sessions, like they have a song that we did together. You know what I mean? Like
that
you
they
you
did.
can do it, but at the same time, if someone has this vision that they're like, I vision this kind of beat and I want to find the right one, and then they find it, and then they're like, yeah, now I can create this. Like, I mean, cool, let's do it. I mean, there's a lot of nuance to this question because it's it's tricky. I'm not sure exactly how I feel about it, and maybe a lot of people are in this boat where like AI,
Could it be a
yeah, like
setback?
it could be a setback, and I think we're gonna see what this like what AI does to all this in like every, I think, industry. But I mean, there is a lack of heart in some of the instrumentals, a lack of
Okay.
heart and connection. Like without, I think the difference between collaborating and just grabbing a beat from somewhere is like you don't get that benefit of like connection of like, hey, what do you think about this? And oh, I'm
hmm
feeling this. And like there is like a synergy and like a connection that happens between the producers and musicians. Even if like I worked with a guy in Brazil and we didn't even speak the same language, but I still felt like we had this like back and forth. And
hmm
that would be missing, I think, from,
Yeah.
and just if it's AI, then that's a whole other thing, like a lack of,
Purpose? No.
there might be the purpose there, but like I've heard stuff where I'm like, this technically sounds good, but I don't feel the heart. Like you can tell it's not made by a human. It's too perfect.
Oh
It's too
wow.
like I don't feel the, yeah, there's a lack of something there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So we can get into another song and
Let's do
everything like
it.
that. So, what song would you like to
Let's
get
do
into?
some loops. Let's do shiny objects.
All right. So we're gonna get into the song "Shiny Objects" on WPPM 106.5 FM from Lia Menaker, the one and only, and we will return after this beautiful song.
Hi, this is Lia Menaker, and thank you so much for listening to WPPM 106.5 FM. Thank you so much to James and Allison for having me on here. This next one is called Shiny Objects. Oh, hey. It was brilliant, had 'em all like, whoa. There's no greater feeling when you're in that moment. A sense you need rescuing though. Blink once for yes, twice for no. We can go back home, take a trip to the places we loved as kids. The Pottermore Strip and the pool after dark where we'd break in. And I know shiny objects only feel the glow. I never make it easy. make it easy. I'll never make it easy. Climb to the ceiling and taste my sweat. Drip, drip on until I drown. But if you drag me here and then you pull me down and force me to take a look around, maybe I'll wake up and taste the time ticking on my tongue. We can go outside and scream at the top of our lungs. Laugh about it when the neighbors come. Shiny objects only feel the glow. I never make it. I never make it easy. Shiny objects only feel the glow. I never make it. I never make it easy. I'll never make it easy. I'll never make it easy. I'll never make it. I'll never make it. I'll never make it. I'll never make it. I'll never make it without you. 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 It was brilliant. I'm more like, whoa, there's no greater feeling when you're in that moment.
All right, so we are back from the shiny objects on WPPM-LP 106.5 FM. All right, Leah. So back to this collaboration thing. So if you was to work on a musical composition with another musician and a collaboration, how does the ideas expressed in each musician be compromised with specific sounds that each player that may have an instrument add to the overall theme of the song or the message?
So I don't even see it as like a compromise.
Mm-hmm.
I see it as like a working together to like slowly find things that work. I don't even so I feel like and it always looks different. One person's got to start, I guess, and then
With the theme.
Yeah, and then there's a response, and like I think and I think that's actually what I think it is. It's a responding. And so people are responding to each thing until something becomes.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Well, that's a good advice for people that might be interested in writing music.
Yeah, don't be scared.
And everything. Yeah, don't be, just keep to the journalism. If you want to write music, express yourself that way. Yeah. All right. So is there anything that you may have in common with any music artist that's from a different genre when listening to their music that has you considering the collaboration or developing an ability to produce in that specific genre? And what would be the common thing that you would see that would have you want to write in that different genre?
The biggest thing is like heart and soul.
Okay.
If I can feel the person's like heart and soul, I'm like, I'm in.
So is there any specific genre that you have heard that you like, I might want to try that one day?
It's not really genre, but like an artist will play And like, shout out to John Fay.
Okay.
I just like in the past year I've gotten to know him, and like just hearing him play, I'm
Okay.
like, I guess you'd say he's like kind of rock.
Okay.
And I'm just like, yes, like these songs, his voice, the like the passion, like, so it's less about genre, more about that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, in a scenario in which an individual decides to produce and perform music to build a marketable source of income, what is the first thing that you would suggest that an artist should do with their musical content to secure their music in order to make the opportunity?
Oh, this is such a hard question because, like, in reality, there isn't really one thing because it's a constant moving of pieces and like making sure, like you're doing this and that. And I like the first thing that I almost wish I did sooner was just build your community, because the people you'll play with that will come to your shows, that you'll support them, like that you'll like, it's just the community is everything. The motivation, yeah, like that's the big one. But like just keeping on playing. You want to like make sure you're confident in what you're doing and who you are. And like, I guess you don't have to be on social media, but ideally, like, it's good to have a social media presence.
Right.
I mean, going to like,
Well, I think that's what
learning
people
and
would look
curious.
for. I think that's what people would look for if you're like out in the public arena and you're performing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they love to hear you if you don't have like the online where they can listen
Right.
to you more.
But if you say the first thing, even before that, like having that community before you put out a record or before you do any of that is like going to give you the love and support. And
So what do you
yeah.
mean by having the community?
So
if you-
find the events where like there's meetups happening, there's open mics, there's
Okay.
yeah, there's like WXPN hosts things. Like just go meet people, connect, find the thing where you can have
Okay.
their people. Yeah.
All right. All right. So we can get into another song.
Let's do it.
All right. So what song would you like to get into?
How has the mailman still not come by?
I don't know, but we can get into that song.
Maybe you'll find out.
So how has the mailman what?
Still not come by.
Still not come by. We're going to get into that song, and we will be back on the televised FM radio special, Food for Thought. Enjoy the music.
Thank you so much for listening to Food for Thought, the radio special. This is WPPM 106.5 FM. My name is Lia Menaker, and thank you so much to you all and to James and Allison for having me. This is How Has the Mailman Still Not Come By? How has the mailman still not come by? Did he cross his side and hope to die? Basketball hoops, Susie never wants to play, but she did say she saw him and she wouldn't lie. I got a letter here, better deliver. Left past the sidewalk, chalking up the river. Where are all the people? Buzzards on the steeple. If you're feeling it somewhat down deep, then he's a keeper. How has the mailman still not come by? Did he cross his heart and hope to die? Basketball hoops, Susie never wants to play, but she did say she saw him and she wouldn't lie. There we were running to the playground swings with Joni and Mac. But she stepped on a crack and I think she broke her mama's back. I guess we're going home. I gotta let her eat, better deliver. Cause Johnny kissed Susie and baby I'll forgive her. But I don't like her neither. I'll ask her when I see her if she's feeling it somewhere down deep. Then he's a keeper. How has the mailman still not come by? Did he cross the side and hope to die? Basketball hoop, Susie never wants to play, but she did say she saw him and she wouldn't lie. How has the mailman still not come by? Did he cross his heart and hope to die? Basketball hoop, Susie never wants to play, but she did say she saw him and she wouldn't lie. How has the mailman still not come by? Did he cross his heart and hope to die? Basketball hoops, Susie never wants to play, but she did say she saw him and she wouldn't lie.
All right, so we're back with the song, the longest title that I didn't had on this show yet. So she's going to tell you the title. What is the title of the song?
How has the mailman still not come by?
Yeah, so if you know that answer, you can give us a call right at Philly Camp with WPPM. All right, so back to the question on hand. This ties in with the previous question. So when it comes to a music artist attending an entertainment networking venue, whether it is a concert, open mic, or a seminar to present their musical audio, what are other things should they have with them that will give them more of an opportunity for the individual to keep an interest in them?
I think it's not
outside of the music audio. Like just like
yeah, I think it's like the science of relationships, I guess. Like
okay.
just stay connected, whether through social media. I don't know if people really do business cards anymore. Now they're doing like the QR code ones.
Okay.
But I still feel like that maybe feels weird. Just being
the
like
QR codes on a business card or something?
Yeah, but maybe just, being like, how could I find you on Instagram or whatever, and just staying connected or however you connect with people. And just staying, I think, like with relationships, it takes some time before.
But it's the music audio that's going to get them in the first place.
I don't even know if that yet, because there's so much good stuff out there. And I think people need time to like be ready to really take in the audio, I guess. If someone's just like, hi, I just met you. Here's my song. It's kind of like, cool. Well, I'll listen to it. But, it's just, when people are throwing that out all the time, you got to really get to know the person, and then you start to, and also I feel like music is felt through your impression of the person too. Like we don't just love the music, we love like the representation of who Cyndi Lauper is or whatever, whoever the person is. But yeah, so.
And that's what I admire about you, because
thank you.
Like what you just answered, it shows the professionalism balanced out with just you being a music artist. Because of your experience of doing what you're doing, you have the business aspect of it. I think that's what a lot of music artists need when they go out to the music venues and stuff like that. That's how they develop the business aspect of it, just through the experience. Even if they don't have a business mind, when they, initially start going to these music venues, these open mics and stuff like that, after going to them, after a while, you're like, you start developing, that concept of, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to do next time. So, okay. So, give one reason as to why you may think it would be important for a music artist to pay special attention as to how a song's title should correspond with the narration and the illustration of the song content.
Oh, yeah. I don't think enough people think of that. It's like, it's all like your mind. I feel like when you see, or even when you're actually on stage performing, I'm big on like, just like, don't look like you're a guy that just they don't even know, like, is that guy performing? You know what I mean? Because it does something to to your brain when you see, or like when you see an album and it like sticks out at you and you're like, whoa, what's that song about? Or I mean, you know, I think just thinking of the feel the song gives, making sure that comes across somehow. And I mean, for lack of a better word, branding. I hate to say it like that, but yeah.
Okay. All right. So, and then plus, you know, with paying special attention to the song title, you know, a lot of people, they might, you know, the song title might not even compromise with like the verses or like, you know, the production of the song. So it's like kind of throws it off.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
All right. All right. So, you know, for anyone interested in obtaining your music and adding it to their playlist, what online platforms and locations can they find it? And for anyone interested in booking you for on-stage performances, what contact information would you like to share with them?
Yeah, so my Instagram, so most things are like the social media, YouTube, Facebook, whatever it is, slash Lia Menaker, Liamenaker.
Okay.
So at Lia Menaker, all that. I'm on TikTok. I try to keep up with Gen Z. I don't know. I'm doing my best.
All right.
I'm an elder millennial, you know, so I'm into Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. You can, but I'm on all the things for music, Spotify, Apple Music,
Okay.
almost anything that you
Okay.
listen on. And then for booking, I would say I probably shouldn't give out my email on here. So I would just say message me on Instagram is probably the
Okay.
best.
Okay.
But Facebook, if that's better for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was an honor having you here and everything. We're gonna get into one more song. I would
Thanks for
love to
having
get
me.
in. Yeah. I would love to get into one more song
Let's do it.
and everything like that. So, what song would you like to present to yourself?
So this is my latest release. You're playing the music video, I'm guessing.
Okay.
For I'm Still Here.
Okay. So while we're still here, we're going to get into that song, I Am Still Here. Once again, I appreciate all attendees for tuning in to this special televised radio special, FM special on 106.5 FM WPPM-LP. Don't forget the LP. I'm the host that goes by the name of James Hatcher. Make sure you check me out on Facebook. You can connect with me on Facebook. That's the best way. I don't get my Instagram unless I meet you in person. So you see me down the street, walking down the street, you can holler at me about the Instagram. The book, Food for Thought, Literary Concept to Theoretical Reasoning, based and inspired on the motivational conversation and the theme of topic that we have on this televised radio special, because without, you know, the people here, this wouldn't be possible. So I would like to thank all of you. And until your next destination, take care of yourselves.
I've tasted all my dreams, shared I love yous with so many people who meant it, but others pretended, hung me out to dry. I've lived so many lives, it seems, richer than a king, things I thought I'd never be, an eagle in flight and a man on the streets. But if I ask you who it is that you see now, when you look into my eyes, would you see that I'm a new man, reborn from the ashes of my life? And I know nothing else matters, not the pain or the struggle. Let my spirit kill my fear. I'm still joy, I'm still here. I had roots, but they never grew. And so I built my own home from the people around me. Their warmth always found me, it's how I got by. When I was fixed on the crystal blue, or when I got the call, just one step to lose it all. And somebody saw